Everybody, this is Ilana Michelson from optiontoheal.com or ilanamichelson.com, and I'm going to tell you a little story. My grandson, who's 1.5 years old, has been with us for the past 3 days. Really nice having him and his parents, my daughter and her husband. And the interesting thing is that ever since he can remember, people have been wearing masks when they go outside. And so every time one of us would go outside, he'd right away run over and start pointing to our mouth and go like this, wah, 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 telling us that we need to wear a mask. Now, I am sure that right now it's really useful that he's going around telling everyone that they need to wear a mask, and probably for the next, few months or as ever long as COVID-19 stays with us, then it'll be really useful. But for him, that's just way of life. That's normal life for him. And when people stop wearing masks because COVID-19 is solved and they have some vaccination or the bacteria or virus dies and we don't have it anymore, he's going to start wondering, why isn't anyone wearing masks anymore? I don't understand. Isn't that what everybody does? You wear masks when you go outside. That's a normal thing that you do. And probably for the first, few days, few weeks, possibly, maybe even a month, after everyone stops wearing these masks, he's going to go running to his parents every time that they go out and like, oh, wear your mask, wear your mask. Why aren't you wearing your mask? He doesn't yet talk, but eventually he will talk, and that's what he'll probably be saying, depending on, till when this stays. And what I invite you to do is to look at the various things in your life and see which one of those things are things that you do just because it's habit, it's what you've always done, and you don't think any differently, and which of those things are things that you do because you really intend to do them. And I'll give you another little story that's pretty similar to that, and that's that my mother used to make a turkey, and every time she made the turkey, she'd cut off the two ends. And once I asked her, why are you cutting off the two ends? And she'd say, well, that's because what my mother did. Says, well, why did your mother do it? She says, I don't know, but that's what she always did. That's what I did. Turns out we went and we had asked her, and this was many years ago because my grandmother is no longer alive. So we asked her, and she said, oh, because my pot was too small and it didn't fit the whole turkey, and so we cut off the two sides. And my mom just saw that, and she cut off the two sides. And so she thought, that's what we always have to do. We have to cut off the two sides when we make a turkey, even though her pot was big enough and she could have fit the whole turkey in. And basically she threw out those two sides thinking that there were parts that we eat. So look through your life and see which habits, which customs, which things you do on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis that really have some basis to it, that really have meaning for you, that really belong there, and which ones don't. And then figure out why you actually do it. Because sometimes a lot of things that we do now because at one point we had fear about them and we acted in a way of fear, but we continue acting that way just because that's the way we've always done it. And that's usually especially true from children who had a specific fear, and then they grow up, and when they're older and adults, they continue doing that same thing, even though the fear is no longer logical fear for an adult. It was logical for a little child, but not for an adult. And so if you find those things and you want to get rid of them, well, that's what we're here for. That's what these techniques are here for. They help you get rid of all those habits that you no longer need, that no longer serve you, that no longer have any purpose in your life. And things that, which if you didn't do, might actually improve your life, might make your life better. For example, if we were continue wearing masks for the rest of our lives, we probably would not like it so much. It wouldn't be so comfortable. Even now, when I go outside walking, I dislike wearing the mask. I wear it because we have to wear it. I wear it for protection, but it makes walking a bit more difficult to breathe. And certainly doing exercise makes it more difficult. So I certainly will not wear the mask anymore once COVID-19 is over and I no longer have to wear it. But I'm sure there's lots of other things in my life as I look at it, which when I think about why I'm doing it, I realize there's really no reason at all why I'm doing it. On the other hand, there's certain things where I decide, yes, there's a definite reason, and this type of thing is what I want to stay and do. Anyway, just food for thought, and coming the weekend, another week's over. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions you'd like to ask, you can ask me either down below, or I usually put my email address right above over there. And have a great morning, have a great evening, have a great day, wherever you are in this great big world. Don't forget, everything's always going your way, everything's always going my way, everything's always going everybody's way. And if you haven't yet given me a like, down below, I'd love to get those hearts. And if you're watching this on YouTube, aside from the like, also the subscribe button, and the bell notification to notify you every time I make a new video. Have a great day. Ilana Michelson.